In my review of Jujutsu Kaisen, I stated that I felt it was the best new shonen due to its story and main cast of characters being better than the other new popular shonen anime, Demon Slayer. And I still stand behind that statement. But after this new season, maybe there's enough room in the anime realm for 2 top shonens. Demon Slayer, the Entertainment District Arc, or Demon Slayer Season 2, which is what I'm going to be calling it for the rest of this video, continues the story from the hit movie Mugen Train with the Entertainment District Arc, which throws our colorful cast of demon-killing kids into a whole new environment with 2 new demons that are even more powerful than before. Have our heroes finally gone over their heads with an opponent that outmatches them in strength? Well, let's find out. I really hope I'm saying the word district correctly because I feel like I'm not saying that right for some reason. Now, while issues still exist with the story and the main cast, I actually think the seasons being split up into arcs helps the storytelling a lot. One of the worst things about the first season is the way the story progresses. Every time a new arc would begin, this crow would come along and say, "Alright, go here, there's a demon there." And then the main characters will walk up to the location, kill the demon, and then an episode later, here comes the crow again, "Alright, go here, there's a demon there." This happens every single time, which I get the point because it's a job, but I also think it's a little bit boring. This way doesn't feel as repetitive in my opinion. I don't know, maybe it was because I binge watched the first season and that just made it feel a lot worse, but I really didn't like the whole crow telling them where to go thing. When it comes to the story itself, it's kinda the same as it's been, and sadly the story in Demon Slayer still doesn't do much for me. It's solid, it definitely isn't a bad story, but compared to other popular shonen it does the exact same things. I thought the first episode was amazingly done and well executed. You can see how different people respond to grief over a loved one's passing, and you can see those different responses clash with one another between Tanjiro and Rengoku's father. Tanjiro is more sympathetic and open about his feelings, but Rengoku's father's hard exterior made it seem like he didn't even care, when in fact he was grieving the most out of everybody. The rest of the season though is pretty typical Demon Slayer. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I will say I thought the comedy felt a little out of place at times, specifically with the 3 ninjas, which is odd because Demon Slayer has never had that issue before, but the emotional moments still hit when they need to. The final fight was very powerful as I was generally worried about the characters, and the messaging of true sibling love is prevalent in this arc as it was in Rudy's arc. Probably the most important part is this season bigs up the main cast as 4 future Hashiras, specifically Tanjiro, who might take a certain Flame Hashiro's spot sooner than expected. That includes Nezuko, by the way, as I feel she will become a Hashira, especially with her new abilities making her one of the most useful characters in the show. She will slowly gain the trust of the other Hashiras despite being a demon. They will realize her powers make her a unique weapon to use against Muzan. I feel that's the direction they're going with Nezuko, and I quite like that. Speaking of the main cast, there wasn't a lot of development in terms of actual character, though I will say Tanjiro preferring his father's power over his water style was pretty neat. Nezuko starting to use her power more and not letting herself get shadowed by her face-scarred brother was cool and added a bit more to her character, and Inosuke was pretty funny. Again. Especially when he has to blend in as a courtisan with his cute face. You can tell how much he hates it. A season highlight would be Tanjiro and Nezuko's conversations. I get the monologues in this series aren't for everybody, especially since they take place right in the middle of a fight scene, but I enjoyed them. They show even more of just how close Nezuko and Tanjiro are, and push a real sibling relationship between them. Not in like an incest way. Well, maybe in an incest way. The 2 demons, Daki and Gyutaro, were really good. The Demon Slayer... the Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer has always done a good job making the demons feel human, and this is more the same. Their backstory pulled me in. Uzui was a fun character. He was another comedic Hashira with a serious side, similar to Rengoku, but I found Uzui funnier. I mean, he has 3 wives and almost kidnapped a lolly in his first scene of the arc. Like, come on, you cannot hate that. I don't care who you are. The cast is alright, I just wish the main characters had more depth. Compared to Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm just not not as connected to the main characters in Demon Slayer as I was in Jujutsu Kaisen. But the characters all have great chemistry with one another, especially the main trio of boys, and Uzui fit in the group like a glove. I especially loved Uzui's chemistry with Zenitsu and Inosuke. They're both jealous over different reasons, and I think that's really funny. Of course, a big reason as to why it's as fun as it is the animation. Demon Slayer might have some of the best production I've seen in anime. Every fight scene is gloriously done. There's so much talent working on this show. Ufotable has always been a really great studio, but besides Fate, they never had a flagship show. Here it is. You can spend all the time you want. Put all the talent you want on Demon Slayer. It's crazy to me how this fight might be better than the ones from last season, because those were amazing too. The composting, the way the elements move and look, the sound effects which perfectly match, the way the characters move and how they react being so perfect and realistic, the way the camera moves around so much but you can still tell everything that's going on. I watched this show with my 9-year-old brother and not once was he confused about what was going on during a fight scene. The music is beautiful, sadly nothing like episode 19 because episode 19 was fucking incredible, but still good nonetheless. And I'm just so happy Ufotable is finally getting some mainstream attention because despite never watching Fate, just watching the fight scenes from that show, the animation is incredible there too. While yeah, the story is very basic, never give up shonen storytelling, it's the way it looks that matters the most here, and it's a spectacle to watch really. The art looks amazing. I absolutely love the way the entertainment district looked. I thought they pulled off an old-timey nightlife party city where courtiers are commonplace very, very well. And seeing this fun city completely burned to ash was honestly kind of heartbreaking. It was completely dismantled, and it makes the ending to episode 10 just that much more emotional. Final thing I'm talking about is the opening sequence, because I'm about to say probably the hottest take I've said in my entire life. Yes, a hotter take than me openly enjoying Oprah's bank account. I still do, by the way. This Amo opening is better than the Lisa one. Look, I got nothing against Lisa, but y'all overplay her songs, and I believe they are better. Goenj was overplayed to death. I don't even like that song anymore. This one has a catchy melody with the same energetic middle section that Goenj has, and it wasn't overplayed to death. And the ending is fantastic too. The instrumental and vocals are powerful and perfect for a show with as many freaking cliffhangers as Demon Slayer does. Seriously, it feels like these episodes fly by at times and then they hit us with a cliffhanger ending. I'm a firm believer that not every show has to be this intellectual masterpiece that challenges you and makes you think. Demon Slayer is popcorn entertainment at the end of the day, and it's fun. It's not complex, you won't need to write a college essay about the motivations of the main character. I'm looking at you, Attack on Titan fans. It's a pretty simple story, but not bad enough to feel lacking or unenjoyable. It explores its themes well, it all connects and makes sense towards the end. For as popular as it is, do I wish it had a bit of a deeper story? Yeah, but even with the average story, it's still a great show due to how it looks. And that speaks to director Haro Sotozaki and the rest of the talent at Ufotable's hard work and passion for Demon Slayer. Those are my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, it's not as structured or as detailed as my other Weeb reviews, but I just felt like getting my thoughts out there. I hope you liked this video. I'm Kikaya.